Hey guys, I've been wanting to play this for a very long time. And even though I do recognize the fact that there's probably plenty of people before me that have done this. Most notably, of course, our good man Kikoskia, who I presume is one of the grandmasters of DOSBox gaming, but still. I didn't really want to spend my time watching somebody else go through this and sort of, experience it for myself. Which I've never really done to the fullest. I have played it up until a point, but never gone all the way through. So yeah, here goes. I do, yes, I do very much. That crazy dream again. It must be the 10th time. What does it mean? I can't remember ever having dreamt in color before. Well, I'll take a little walk and shake it off. Hopefully, they'll soon announce when I have to launch the shuttle for our exploratory flight. And so there we go. That was quite a trip, wasn't it? I noticed some of the subtle and not so subtle imagery that they were going with there. I'm assuming most people already know the lay of the land as far as this game goes. But I guess I can pretend otherwise. So this is a very classic RPG in a sense. Very Western styled RPG. Although, now that I think about it, it does have some influences from the JRPGs, doesn't it? Like the combat system, the deep lore, yeah. This is Tom. Tom's a spaceman. He's sort of... You can sort of walk him around the place, have him inspect his toilet. Now, it's a chemical toilet. So, you know, having a normal toilet is not good enough. It has to be chemical. Sweet. Okay, so I guess we bail. Because Tom said he wanted to go for a walk. I'm assuming he doesn't mean a walk down his sanitary system, so let's go. When Tom goes out into the corridor, he sees Christine, his girlfriend. That she has a beard. Wow. Oh, there she is. I wasn't gonna judge. I mean, if that old man wanted to call himself Christine, that's his business, but still. Hi, big guy. Did you get enough sleep? Christine, it sure is good to see you, honey. I feel awful. You were right last night. I should have stayed with you. I had that crazy dream again. It's getting clearer every time. It's crazy, alright. You're not usually affected like this. It must have something to do with the oversea jump. Oversea, I'm assuming means over light speed. Stay with me tonight, and I will drive away those awful nightmares. The dream began before the jump, and it's not really that scary. It's just so intense. Never mind, what's the use? I'll just walk around for a while longer. Maybe I'll run into Captain Brand, and find out when I have to launch with Snoopy. Snoopy? Haven't you... Oh boy, you must have slept sound. You could hear the explosion through the entire section. Explosion? Get to the point, woman. What are you talking about? He took control of the oversea comm unit. During the jump, it overloaded and pretty much exploded. They say bits of him were all over the place. Ooh, yummy, tasty. Yeah, that's probably a better reaction to have. That's awful. Boy, it sure makes you stop and think. That makes Hofstad the only government official on board. Yeah, and I've heard you're going to make the exploratory flight with Hofstad now instead of Snoopy. Well, if that isn't a great start to my day, yeah, somebody just died, but boo-hoo to you, Tom. Jesus. But I guess things aren't so bad. Hofstad is okay, and the accident really doesn't change anything in my flight plan. Wow, you're a callous bastard, aren't you? I have to talk to Joe about it. Your buddy is assigned to the northeast section today, near the access to the comm room. Well, I have to get going now. I still have a lot of work to do. See you later. Sweet. I'm assuming this grumpy bastard may be Captain Brand. Before he escapes us, let's go have a chat. Hey man. Yeah, Kapitan Brand. Is this game German? It might be. What is it, Driscoll? My time is precious so close to the landing. Can you tell me what your job is? I probably should know, being you're my commanding officer, but still, I'm gonna pretend I don't. As you should know, I'm the captain of this ship. Yeah. Can you tell me when we're gonna take off, and when and if more people are gonna explode, because that's kind of a deal breaker. It doesn't seem to be a deal breaker for Tom, but it is for me. I cannot give you any more information, Driscoll. It would take me too long. The bridge will announce the takeoff, yeah. So, having tried to finish this game a few times, I'm very well aware with this beginning sequence, where the guys are basically just gonna harass me over and over to get my ass into the ship, but I'm not gonna, because I have things to explore. Let's see. These stim drinks are basically your first health potions. But they're actually very good compared to some of the other crap you're gonna get. And I will be taking my time to explore the whole place. Except for the toilets. I'm assuming I don't want to take like a peek in everybody's toilet. People are gonna start asking questions and it's gonna be awkward. Like, Tom, buddy, what are you doing peeping in everybody's toilet? Are you mayhaps a bit of a creeper? And then we're gonna have to have like an intervention for Tom. People asking him to stop like peeping and make sure it doesn't get any worse. Hello, Driscoll. I heard you have a new passenger since they scraped the inspector off the wall. Well, that's one way to put it. That is definitely... yeah, I mean, Tom doesn't seem to give a shit, so I'm assuming the people talking to him probably shouldn't really give a shit either, but still, goddamn. You gotta realize, I'm still in the room with you guys. I gotta go through this shit. And I try to be like on an average day, I do try to be a human being, so... You can at least have me pretend to give a shit about dying pixels. I'm not too sure whose place we're snooping through, but... yeah. I guess it's worth it. Seems like space communism has won after all, and we just sort of share all our equipment. Unless Tom is just a dirty thief. That seems like a more plausible explanation. In any case. Oh, hey man. Rainer Hofstad, physicist, xenobiologist, and government inspector. How you doing, man? Have you heard about Beagle's unfortunate demise? Oh, his name is Snoopy because his name is Beagle. Yeah, I getcha. Hello, Hofstad. Yes, my girlfriend just told me about it. Yeah, really shoehorned that in there because I do have a girlfriend and you don't. Even though we're a million miles into space, I still have sex, so fuck you, Hofstad. That stubborn British blockhead. He was no engineer, but he should have known the risks involved in operating the comm unit during an overseas jump. We're still a long way from completely understanding this whole beyond light speed technology, the poor devil. So that makes you the man in charge. I'm the only Snoop left. Oh, they're called Snoops because they inspect. Wow, there's so many layers to this. Anyway, I spoke with Captain Brands. He still intends to carry out the flight, and with humble me instead of Beagle. Looks like you've got a new passenger. Yeah, that's fine, man. See, Tom, he doesn't give a single shit. And I must confess, I am very excited about the flight. The takeoff should be within the next couple of days. We must wait for the announcement. Sweet. Wait, so... and then Hofstad fucks off. Okay. Because I do know Hofstad has a bit more to say, if I remember correctly. In fact, every person in this entire game has an awful lot to say, so I will not be narrating every bit and piece of the conversation. Only the things that are important, to be honest. Because there's a whole lot of back lore to this place. Let's see. Bulkhead to the command bridge. Tom does not have access. That's fine. The cabins of management personnel and the captain. Ooh. Wait. A loudspeaker announcement echoes throughout the corridors. Announcement for the pilot. Blah blah blah. So has it been a few days already? I barely made it past like halfway through the corridor and suddenly days have passed. Right. So there is not that much to see on the ship, but there is definitely some parts of importance. Yeah, the captain doesn't have time for idle chit-chat. That's fine. Can I use this machine? I can. Tries to call up the latest news. Text mode activated. Newsflash. A sports resort, golf. In the National Cup game between Iraq and USA. Okay, that doesn't really sound like... I mean, it's sports news, I guess. Maybe they're sort of subtly hinting that so many million years in the future, or at least 1,000 years in the future, that the USA and Iraq can sort of laugh about all the bullshit that I went through and sort of play a game together. That's... Actually, the fact that they specifically chose golf is a bit ironic, isn't it? But oh well, I'm not gonna be one to, like, do an awful lot of political commentary. That's not really my jam, so... Fuck everything about that. What I am gonna do is spend a hefty amount of time... Oh, is that our girlfriend? Sleeping? Can we sort of snoop in? Hey man. Oh yeah, this is gonna keep happening. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time ignoring the calls. What do we have here? McCartney heirs appeal to the International Court of Justice. Expropriation attempts of Brazil against the McCartney heirs threaten the last cohesive rainforest. Again, strangely topical. This game came out at the end of the 90s, I think. Some countries demand that the community property of heirs be protected by paid defense forces, no less. That's a dangerous path to take, isn't it? If you're gonna start putting troops inside the rainforest, yeah, that's gonna lead to trouble. There's just no way around it. I think I've been here. Are these not the same places that I visited before? Kinda just... Dude, no, fuck off. I've got shit to do. Kinda just wanted to see my girlfriend. Let's see if she has, like, anything more to say, mostly. Chris appears to be present. Ooh, I can knock on the door, look at that. How you doing, lass? Tom is not troubled by his dream tonight, because probably he hasn't slept. Yeah, I get you. Bow chicka bow wow, buddy. I wonder how many times she can go for. Tom looks like a guy that has like a lot of stamina, doesn't he? Let's have a look-see. Stamina. 32 out of 65. Wow, she did take a lot out of him, didn't she? Let's see if we can go for again. Come on. Oh, she's not here. Never mind. I guess, you know. I'm very glad I could give Tom his last hurrah before, well, the inevitable happens. Let's have a look-see. I should be able to find some useful things down in this bulkhead. Who are you? Hey. Michelle Layton. Driscoll, you daredevil. Have you heard about what happened to Snoopy? Yeah, I did. Tom does not give a single flying shit. Responsible for the life support. Okay. Everything's in the green. I don't expect any problems. If shit hits the fan, yeah, okay. The government inspector took his job very seriously. The guy who discovered him said he found him under the exploded comm unit, and on the seat, and partially in the next room. Can I go have a look myself? So this is essentially privatized space travel, trying to mine for goods, and the government still sort of tries to get their hands on it. The government could never build a ship like the Toronto, even if they had the money. That's an interesting take, I guess. Some people would disagree, but... DDT has invested 3 years worth of profits. Yeah. Guess if you funnel enough money into something, and enough man sweat, and blood and tears. So unsurprisingly, DDT is like a nameless corp of founding people. Captain Brand is doing a good job. He speaks more with the AI than with the crew. They say it took up almost 1/4 of the ship's developmental costs. It has only been 20 years since computers became fast enough to handle consciousness. Ned controls the entire ship and later on the entire factory. Yeah, this is basically like one of those command and conquer type deals where the spaceship just devolves into an entire factory. Doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. The ship changed itself into a factory. That's when the work really begins. It's hard to imagine how large the whole thing is. When it has mined half the planet. Yeah, that sounds safe. That sounds perfectly safe. Just an entire celestial body out of orbit because you mined half of it. Okay. Wait, who is that? The AI is walking around. I think that might be him. Oh no. It's just some dude. Well then. Oh, there's our darling girl. How you doing? Yeah, I'm still sort of, you know, hanging out. I'm checking the landing system. I see. What about the dream? Did you like dose me with something? Because that's how those kind of dreams happen, babe. Yeah, recurring dreams are something weird. I used to have that when I was a kid. It was fucked up. We will be buckled in for about 45 minutes. After that, the landing should be complete, and the ship should, like, start reorganizing. You will be the first to see Nugget. I'm crossing my fingers. Nugget supposedly is the name of the planet. The amount of raw material has to be almost as high as on Yoshi. I think Hofstede knows more about the exact data. I see. Yoshi, the green planet. It used to be. Data about Nugget shows a desert world. Surprise, surprise. We don't have to listen to any whining. From the environmentalists, yeah. This is more or less gonna be the running theme in the game, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so prepare for like some exposition dumping. Especially in the early part of the game. That's why I said I'm not gonna read all of this. Just like the important parts. You get the basic idea. There's like a giant corp, privatized space, travel, and they're mining planets. obviously with a bit fluid ethical standards. So yeah, that's the basic idea. And also the biggest and perhaps only problem in this game is that many people have the same thing to say about topics. It would be nice if they had like a system built in where you only have to deal with the topic one time. The data promises a planet with such high concentration of raw materials that using this giant crate will really pay off, because building the ship costs so much money, but they assume that they're gonna get a lot more out of it. A lot smaller than the Earth, but more or less the same gravity. The boys in Osaka HQ won't be happy. Right. The comm unit or the drive, what's the difference? There was a big bang. Must have been a huge mess. We don't have contact with HQ anymore. Maybe that's a good thing. Less snooping means more exploring. I kinda wanna hear about the other part as well. The drive. So basically we hyper-jumped into deep space and we have no connection back to planet Earth. That's the idea. Oh, look at that. Seems like Tom does show some emotion. Besides the Hoika, they were the only intelligent beings that have ever been discovered. That is sad. I hope if we ever do discover like something with a remote amount of intelligence, that we're not gonna treat it like some sort of fucking Rambo movie. Radical wing of the environmentalists, yeah, of course. Moderates are furious. The settlers were probably a little too rough on Gaia's original inhabitants. Wow. Foreshadowing. Yeah. Or perhaps like drawing analogies to Earth in the past. I do feel like that's pretty much what the game is going for. It's drawing a lot of analogies to, I wanna say, current topics from the time, but the same topics are still current now, like 30 years in the future, which is, I'm not too sure if that's a good thing, but you know, it's interesting. I think that's about everything she has to say. Let's go, man. Yeah, no. There's still quite a few things I want to see. I do think... Oh, hey man. Robert Shaw. How you doing? Mathematician. Ah, good man, good man. Navigation officer. Fairly hard job. We have Ned the Wonder AI. I've tried to find errors in the AI's calculations, but there are none. Good man. That's... They put a lot of thought into this, actually, for just... I mean, I say just, with like air quotes, just people that make video games. It actually makes sense when you have like an AI and genetic algorithms and sort of machine learning cranked up to 11. It makes sense to take like a mathematician on board to sort of fact check whatever the AI is doing. I find it interesting that this is just nothing but backstory. The game doesn't really reference anything that happens in this introduction section. But they put a lot of thought into like building the lore, even though it's just a minor part of the game. It's fantastic. Okay, he says the same thing. I was hoping, like the mathematician, would have something else to say, but there you go. Cheers, man. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of these things actually opens up. If I'm not completely mistaken. But I'm gonna have to find it. It's very consciously left as a secret, because it contains a good thing. Unless I'm remembering completely incorrectly, but I do remember this somehow. I'm not entirely too sure how I'm gonna divide up all these videos, because now I'm vastly overrunning the amount of time I would usually spend in one video. But that's mostly because I really want to get like this first introduction out of the way, so... Okay, let's have a look-see around. I'm definitely gonna explore this entire place. I'm gonna put a lot of work into that, just to make sure. And also talk to the people, obviously. How you doing, man? Buddy? Buddy, friend. Oh, this is the AI, look at that. This is Ned. The android buddy that Ned, the AI, uses to communicate. Do you know about what happened to Snoopy? The discharge, which unfortunately led to the death, must have occurred during the overseas phase. I don't know why he was doing the thing. He did not have any personal relations with other crew members, so that's very convenient. Do you have more information about the flight? As you can gather from the announcements, everything's ready. Sweet, they're just waiting for me, waiting for my obnoxious ass to like finish strolling around. I'm happy to report that all systems are operating at an error level which is 5 times below all previous flights. That's one way to put it. I'm assuming that's supposed to sound soothing, but it really doesn't, does it? I don't particularly want to keep moving through the lore forever, so eventually I'm gonna have to continue, but I'm mostly looking for like the essentials. And by essentials, I mean inventory. This is the shuttle hangar, right. Wait, can I sort of go in without starting the next sequence? Right, so Tom did mention that his buddy should be somewhere close. Before I do, yeah, I was gonna have a quick look inside the shuttle area, if I could. Yeah, there we go. A screwdriver. I don't think that's of any use, but I do think that there's supposed to be something to be found here. Is that... who is that? Robert Ashley. What's up, man? You have a girl's name. Technical director for all segments. I probably shouldn't shit-talk you, no. Only 2 of Toronto's 8 segments have life support systems installed. Everything else is basically just machinery. That is interesting. That is one way to build a ship. The security people aren't well liked, especially since the incident on the gates some years ago, where the strikers were all shot. Ooh, wow. That says something. Whenever there's a problem, the technicians come to me and expect me to work wonders. Kinda wanna learn more about those gates. Do you not have anything to say? You don't. Well then. So this is supposedly where the ship is ready for takeoff, but there's nothing here, which... a little bit weird. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I guess I'm talking out of my ass again. Which is my default MO. I don't have any other form of speech, just all comes out of my ass. That's how I do. Oh, what do we have? Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. It's a lockpick. Which is extremely rare and extremely useful. So now I think it's time to go back and say hi to our friend Joe. Yeah, we're still not done here. We still have to go look what happened to Snoopy. In all fairness, kinda wanna have a look for myself. See if they already like cleaned up the bits. Hey guys. 2 security guards stand in front of the entrance. Ew. I'm assuming I'm not coming in here. Nothing to see here. A guy exploded right behind you. You must have heard of the inspector's accidents. Yeah, people have mentioned it. Colonel Priver, that's okay. Is the other guy called like Private Colonel? The room remains closed until blah blah blah. No, I get you. So I'm not going in there. But that doesn't mean there's no way for me to actually explore. Which is exactly what we're looking for. The room in which Joe is currently working is right here. However, if we go up here... Let's see. Not sure what the machine does. Can I sort of figure it out? There we go. No. Right here, we seem to have a door with an access code. Maybe our friend Joe can help us out. He's supposed to be like maintenance guy after all. So. There he is. But before I do, let's see if I can steal his stuff. Oh, come on guys. Can you like give me a break? I'm trying to do stuff here. Joe, buddy? How you doing? Wanna keep me from my work? Good idea. Have you seen like the security guys? They seem to be pretty pissed. You know, I've always been curious. I'd like to have a look at the mess. God damn. Tom, you are a morbid bastard. I can show you an access to the service deck. Yeah, man. Look, the wall panels with the green light chains covered... with the green light chains cover the accesses. The access code is... 1042. Sweet. Thanks, man. I'm drowning in work this close to landing. Jesus. And Joe is simulating a couple of errors to check out the backup systems. Right. The service deck lies under the main deck. It is used primarily by robots and by technicians. You have to understand, the service deck was set up by robots, or for robots. There are a number of floor switches and similar gadgets which control the locks. I see. So we're gonna have like our first little puzzle at our hands. Right, let's go. Now before I go in there, I'm starting to get the feeling I missed a place. I think there should be like a mess hall in here. But I think I kinda missed it, so I'm gonna have a quick look, because that should be the last place that I didn't really have a chat with people. And you know, Tom being the friendly guy that he is. Oh, there it is. I think it's right here. Yeah. The ship's meeting point and mess room. There we go. Oh, there's, Offset. Did I talk to him already? Hey, random person. Random co-worker. Yeah, Akira Mitsamati is the chief mechanic. I'm testing the operational capacity of the mining units. And then she pretty much has all the same things to say. Yeah. Basically, everything is, completely automated. The only reason the humans are here is to sort of make sure nothing fucks up. But nobody really operates any machinery directly anymore. Hey, can I sort of have some food? A little between meal snack. Yeah, sure. Lunch Lady Doris, please. Thank you. Amazing. Can I have some more? Can I have food? Come on, give me the food. So that should pretty much be everything. I think the only thing left to do might be to... If I talk to you... Machine driver for the mining robots. Sure, yeah, I'm not gonna keep talking to all these people. I found like the most important parts. Oh, come on guys. Have some chill, I'm trying to explore this ship. This was Inspector Beagle's room. Now this might actually be worth looking into. Maybe in this toilet. No. There has to be something. Some cartridges. But that's a bit weird, isn't it? Beagle had a gun. And Beagle had some food, which I guess is less weird than the gun, but still. There you are, you old so-and-so. Come here. I hope you're feeling fit for the flight. Yeah, sure, man. Physicist and xenobiologist in government service. It offers one of the few possibilities to do practical work without being in debt to one of the major companies, I guess. I'm eager to experience your flying skills. Oh boy, you're gonna have a hoot. It's an absolute high for me each time I see a new world. It would be much more interesting to discover beauty like Yoshi used to be. Yeah, really rub that in there. The humans arrived and completely mined it dry. You don't particularly hear often that a government official tends to be like an environmentalist. Or do you? Maybe I'm just being a pessimist. Oh well. Let's go have a look at, what our good pal Joe prepared so nicely for us. So what was it again? 1042, I think? We should be pretty much done for this part. All I really gotta do is explore this tiny area. And wow, getting a code with a system like this is a bit sad, but there you go. 1042. Sweet. And thus we enter dungeon mode. Which, ooh, I can actually use my keyboard. That is, interesting. Yeah, in case you're completely new to this game, the dungeons are in first person. Which is an interesting take. Can I sort of strafe? I can. Sweet. And this is very basic puzzle design, where you basically have to find all the buttons to open the next door. There we go. I should have a map as well. Look at that. I'm not too sure what the button did. But it seemed to have opened up something. I'm not entirely too sure what though. There's definitely nothing here. If a hidden wall tends to open up, you'd notice, so... Yeah, and these are the friendly robots that Joe warned us about. They basically just hang out, loop around, and you gotta follow them, because they're the only guys that can actually open these doors. And I'm looking for... I think I'm looking for a button. There we go. That should do it. Pressing that button basically opens this door, allowing us to continue. I pretty much got these puzzles down already, so... I'm trying to keep a good eye out, because there's definitely a few more things to see here. Nope. Ah, here we are. This is it. There's a wall cabinet. And there's nothing in it. I can put some stuff into it, but I don't really need to. Not right now. The thing is, when I press this button, the way back is blocked, because the door closes. So when I step out... Oh, I'm not done yet. Yeah, okay. I should be close to the exit though. Let's see. There's a wall cabinet, or wall key code thing. Yeah, let's do it. And just to make sure you didn't forget, the passcode is still 1042. There we go. Which allows us to exit the dungeon. As far as you can call it a dungeon, but... And this coincidentally takes us straight into the comm room. Oh boy. I'm kinda glad they cleaned up the bits of the dude already. The explosion must have been devastating. Tom is just about to turn away when he notices an object. It's a weapon. Look at that. And this is actually a very good find. This is the whole reason why you go through this little side quest. Because in the early part of the game, that gun is a really useful tool. However, if I were to walk out now, I probably could show you. If I walk out now, I'm gonna get in trouble. The security officers' faces show concern and anger when they see someone walk out. How did you get into that? Don't move, we're gonna search you. Of course. So they search me. A weapon? Driscoll, are you crazy? This is going to be marked in your personal records. And thus we lose the gun. So if we want to keep the gun, we're gonna have to do like a bit of a hokey pokey and turn ourselves around. And go all the way back to the part with the thing and the stuff being right here. So we basically put the gun in the cabinet. So now if I can get back, then I can fool the security guards. There we go, which gives us a level as well. I forgot about that. That is kind of amazing. I get XP for stuffing a gun. That, yeah, I'm not too sure if that's how the world works, but, you know. And now I should be able to get out of here safely. Or semi-safely. They're still gonna be, like, pretty pissed, but... Okay, you can go, but be certain that I will make a note of this incident in your personal records. Yeah. So pretty much now all I gotta do is move all the way through again, and I'll be with you guys once I have the gun. And there we go. We the Wild West now. I guess the most obvious thing to do is to go show this to everybody. I found a gun, buddy. Don't show that thing to anybody or they'll take it away. Oh no. Can I sort of just show the gun to you? Look at my cool gun. Sweet. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't really know why Beagle has a gun. Or had a gun. Now he's pretty much mincemeat, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do on the ship. I could probably go around, talk to people, show the gun. But I think I'll leave it at that. I'm just gonna wait for the next announcement. What would happen if I show it to Ned? Screw it. Let's just go. Tom meets Captain Brand, his passenger, Rainer, and Ned. Everything's ready. All data required for course determination are available to you in the shuttle systems. During the flight, I will communicate directly with you, so we can immediately evaluate the transmitted data. Carry out measurements on site to verify the probe data. Right. And thus we head off. Look at that. What a cute tiny ship. Look at that. I'm in just the right mood to fly today. There's always a lot of routine in my job, but flying to a new planet is very exciting. You can say that again. It's a good thing my office doesn't know, but I would have given up a week's pay just to experience this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is basically the new final frontier, isn't it? Discovering new planets. There's a lot of clouds, and the color is quite unusual, especially when you consider that the gold color comes from the sun. I will speak with the Toronto. Shuttle to Toronto, Ned, how's the contact? Reception is excellent. Are you in visual contact? Yeah, but the planet doesn't really look like a desert. Mr. Hofstad is checking the instruments. I think the connect becoming weak, but continue. The dense cloud cover is making measurements difficult. The analysis shows large amounts of raw materials. There appears to be more water than we originally assumed. One more, Mr. Hofstad, the connect is becoming weaker. Are you having any Mr. Driscoll? No, everything looks okay here. Whoa, I shouldn't have said that. The servos are gone. Auxiliary systems are down. Trying to run a check. Yeah, you do that, buddy. Your status shows critical values. Report. Everything's going tits up, man. It exploded. I'm losing control. The little ship is rocked heavily as it enters the atmosphere. Tom makes a crash landing with only manual controls, and slowly the men come to. Ah, my head. I'm sure in no hurry to fly with you again, Driscoll. Yeah, blame it on me. Nevertheless, you can thank me for still being alive. The automatic controls wouldn't have brought this thing down safely. So, what up? We put on our masks and climb out. If we can breathe the air, we'll get through the supplies and work on the radio. If the air is too thin, yeah, then we're pretty much done, buddy. There's no purpose in delaying it. Let's go.